Well, go on, my special ops airsofters. It's your boy Yardman Lang from Airsoft Special Ops, and I wanted to just do a quick video on quite a few different things that people have asked me. So we're gonna do today. First, we're gonna do the battery attachment because I'm a bit confused how people don't know to do this stuff, but I'm more than happy to help. So how to attach a battery and detach the battery, and how to check that your battery's been attached properly. Then we're gonna talk about mags, different styles of batteries like we've got in the corner on that side right there. And then I believe that should be it. I might even show you some. Oh yeah, do you know what? One more thing, speed loaders, because that's another thing people keep on asking me about. So I'm gonna just try and do all of these things in one go, just so that you guys know what's going on. Help my viewers out a little bit. For some reason, this arm won't go up though. So let's get straight into it. So first and foremost, we're gonna start with how to attach a battery. Now, on airsoft guns, you tend to have two different styles of connectors. So what you'll averagely have is, let me adjust that camera a bit as well. So what you averagely have is something that's like this. This is Spectre Arms FO1. I've made a few adjustments, so that's why the hop system looks a bit different and rare. But this gun is meant to be a Spectre Arms FO1 originally. So essentially what you want to do is you want to spin that bad boy over. This is what you call a standard crane style stock. This comes on most airsoft guns because it tends to be the most affordable stock for companies to use. You averagely want to, I try to take out my mag when I'm doing stuff like this, just so it saves me damaging that hop chamber, that mag well, and just stuff like that. And you don't want to hit it off something and cause any unnecessary damage. So I'm going to pop that mag to the side for a sec. You tend to want to spin that bad boy around, turn that to the side, and then you have one of these that allows you to move that back and forth. I've already done a video of how to detach and attach, so go watch that video. I'm not going to waste my time doing that right now. So that comes off, and then you pull out your wiring. I folded mine and I've doubled it up with electric tape. So before people want to come and tell me, your wire looks fucked, it's because I've doubled it up with electric tape to save any further damage. So this is what you call a Tamia connection. These tend to come on the more cheaper airsoft guns. The FO1, Spectre Arms FO1 costed probably about 110, 120, which is why it probably has a Tamia. They're not bad connections. The only thing I would say is on hot days, be very conscious of these wires, because when connected to the battery, often they can fuse, because this is plastic, like you can see, and then it connects with two metal pins, if it will focus. Two metal pins on the inside that connect to two metal pins on the battery, and that's how the gun ends up working. What tends to happen is this on the outside will fuse with the inside of the wire from the battery, and often they'll fuse. You just can't disconnect it, and that's a problem. Anyone who knows, you leave them batteries connected to the guns too long, you can have problems like what's it called, expanding and all these things, and exploding batteries. You don't want to do that. So that's a Tamia connection. Tamia batteries come in different modules. So you have a module like this. Don't quote me on the names, because from my understanding, I believe this is called a NIM battery. So NIMH. These are NIM batteries. This is a 1600 milliamp. And then what you also have is a voltage. So 16 milliamp, 1600 milliamp, like you can see here, is how much, how do you want to say, how much battery life there is within this. So that's 1600 milliamp within this battery. You also have a voltage output, which is 9.6 valve on this particular battery. That can vary. So the amount of, so the capacity that the battery holds can vary. From 1600, it could be like 1200, 800. I've seen so many different variances. And then same with the voltage. So that's how much the battery will put out into the gun on each shot type thing. That's your voltage essentially. And there's different voltages. You have like 9.6, 7.4 and 11.1. Those are the main ones within airsoft. So like you can see, this NIM battery has a Tamia connection. There is also other type of Tamia battery. So I'm going to show you another one just so that you guys see the variances. This is what you call a LiPo battery. So compared to the NIM battery, these are like little batteries all connected together. This is a slightly different setup. I'm not gonna give you the science of it. You can Google all of that. But this is what you call a LiPo battery. These are easier to fire up, but they're more reliable and the output is a lot better. And like you can see, 1250 milliamp, which is again how much capacity is inside that battery. So slightly less than the NIM. But the voltage is 11.1. So this would give out per a shot more voltage than the NIM battery. Though the NIM battery here has more capacity, this will give out more voltage just because it's 11.1 voltage, like you can see up there. And then this one is 9.6, which, to be fair, both these batteries are quality. 9.6 is quite a lot of voltage anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and like you can see, Tamia connections. And I always say to people, how you know a good battery from a bad battery is the connectors tend to be black. So if you notice, it's the same Tamia. Same exact Tamia. You got the square on one side and then a circle on one side. Same exact thing, just different quality connector. And I find that the black connectors tend to not, upon high temperatures, they don't tend to stick. These ones you do have to be a bit careful, because if you rinse that gun and you rinse it on a hot day, you'll find that sometimes when you're detaching it, it's stuck a little bit and you got kind of tug it just to get it separate again. So yeah, those are the two styles that you'd want to go for a gun like this. Always check the recommended voltage for your gun, because what you don't want to do is put a battery in your gun that your gun can't handle, because all it will do is just end up damaging the parts in your gun, and then you have to buy a new gun and replace parts and all of these things. So yeah, with this gun, because the FO1, it likes the 7.4 voltage. It doesn't like anything over that. It will shoot it, but I find that it just doesn't like it necessarily. So I'm going to take a 7.4 that I've got here, if I can find it. 11.1, boom. So I've got one here, and I'm going to just connect it. So again, like I said, you just want to line these up. So I'm going to show you quickly like this. So you're going to take the Tamia connection from your gun. You're going to take the Tamia from your battery, and you want to just line them up. So you want to put square with square, and you want to put circle with circle. Yeah. And because if you look down them, you'll see the little metal pins on the inside of them. You essentially just trying to get one metal pin from that in the other one and one metal pin from that in that one. So I'm going to do that quickly for you. So I'm going to chuck that in there. And like you can see, they're connected now. Before I stuff this down the tube and do the most, I tend to just like to flick my gun on. So I'll put that to one side. I just like to flick the gun on. Make sure there's nothing in your chamber, or else you're likely to shoot yourself or somebody else. I'm in my room and I know that this chamber's already emptied because there was no BBs in that mag that I took out. So I flicked it onto semi. Give it 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, and you can hear that the gun is functional. The gun is doing what I want it to do. So I tend to just chuck the battery. Depends on what stock you've got. It's your choice how you want to set up. My job ain't, we're not talking about setting up stocks and all of that today. I tend to just chuck that in, check that in. And if you want me to do a video on that, just let me know and I will. Yeah. Pull that over, pull that forwards. And then now the rifle is good to go and we're ready to use it. Yeah. Flip that on. Yep. And then you're all good to go. So that's how you do the Tamia connections. Yeah. We're going to move on.